up breathing on purpose, heart steady, I feel aligned. Every step that I'm taking, you already drew the line. I'm right on time by your design, covered in grace, I don't have to try. I'm walking light in perfect peace, I'm where I'm meant to be.
Why are women asked to prove their worth? We're talking about dating, motherhood, the double standard, and self-worth. Welcome to Unfiltered. Today we're talking about something uncomfortable. Not because it's new, but because it's been normalized for so long that many women don't even realize how deeply it affects them. Why are women constantly asked to prove their worth? Their age, their bodies, their past, their relationship history, their children, their choices. Everything becomes a measure or a measuring stick. And somewhere along the way, many women started internalizing the idea that they must constantly qualify themselves to be considered valuable. And I think we need to talk about that honestly. Women are evaluated differently. Let's start here. There's a very different standard placed on women. A man can age and call it established, experienced, mature. A woman ages and suddenly society asks, what does she bring to the table? A father can have children and still be viewed as desirable, responsible, and even admirable. But mothers, they're often treated like they come with baggage. And we need to question why that is. Why is motherhood seen as evidence of love, responsibility, and growth in men, but reduction of value in women? Let me ask that question again. Why is motherhood seen as evidence of love, responsibility, and growth in men, but a reduction of value in women? That double standard is real. Women are taught to market themselves. Now, this is where it gets deeper. Many women have been conditioned to present themselves like products, to constantly prove why they're worth, why they're still desirable, why they should be chosen. And that creates pressure. Pressure to stay young, pressure to stay attractive, pressure to stay agreeable, pressure to stay valuable in the eyes of others. And if we're not careful, we begin to view, or we begin viewing ourselves through those same lens. Not as human beings, but as something more evaluated. Motherhood does not reduce a woman's worth. In my book, it improves. All right. Let's say this clearly. Having children does not make a woman less worthy of love. Motherhood is not damage. Motherhood is not failure. Motherhood is not something that automatically places a woman beneath someone else. And honestly, the emotional maturity required to raise children, carry responsibilities, heal, grow, and still show up in the world should be respected more than it is. Not everyone can carry that weight for sure. The real question isn't who would choose her. The real question is, why are women constantly positioned as the ones needed to be chosen? Why is female worth still tied heavily to males' approval? Because once a woman knows who she is, the conversation changes. She's no longer asking, am I enough? She's asking, does this align with my life, my peace, my values, and my emotional maturity? That's different. That's power. Emotional maturity matters more than image. No, this is something society avoids talking about. People obsess over youth, appearance, status. But emotional maturity, that's what sustains relationships. Can you communicate? Can you take accountability? Can you support peace instead of chaos? Can you grow? These things matter more than whether someone fits society's ideal. And many women who've lived life, raised children, healed, survived, rebuilt, and evolved, they carry depth that superficial standards cannot measure. Women need to stop shrinking themselves. This part is important. Too many women are still shrinking themselves to fit someone else's definition of value, downplaying their age, their story, their motherhood, their experiences. No, you're not less because your life happened. You're not less because you lived. You're not less because you carry history. And honestly, a woman who knows herself deeply is far more powerful than someone performing perfection. Need me to say that again? A woman who knows herself deeply is far more powerful than someone performing perfection. The fear behind the question. Let's go deeper. Sometimes questions like, why would someone choose her, are really about the woman, or aren't really about the woman at all. They reveal how society has trained people to see women as temporary, as replaceable, valuable only under certain conditions. Isn't that sad? And that mindset hurts everyone. Because love built on shallow value system will always be fragile. Real love does not operate like a marketplace. Now, this is what I want women to remember. Real love is not an auction. People are not products. Relationships are not shopping catalogs. Real connection is emotional, spiritual, intellectual, energetic. It's not just what do I look like, or what's your age, or how many children do you have. That's surface. And surface level thinking creates shallow relationships. Now, in closing, I want every woman listening to ask, where have I been measuring my worth through someone else's standards? And what changes when I stop trying to prove I'm valuable and simply know that I am? This is episode 38 of Unfiltered. Women are not products to be ranked, compared, or justified. Your worth is not reduced by your age, motherhood, experience, or your survival. And the moment you stop proving yourself, you begin to see yourself clearly. I'm Colleeno Chippy. Stay grounded, stay aware,
I've been
stay
walking through the
unfiltered.
silence,
I'll see you in the
learning
next
how to
episode.
hear
Blessings,
every quiet
love, and
whisper
light.
guiding me away from fear.
Bye.
Had to trust the process, even when unclear. Now I see the purpose, everything is here. No more second guessing what was placed in me. Every step is ordered, even what I couldn't see. I was being molded into who I'm meant to be. Now I stand in power, walking faithfully.